Hello everyone, welcome back to AutoTrend TV. I'm your VIPRAAJESHNG again from Ramani Coimbatore today, and I'm here with the new BS6 compliant Datsun Redigo facelift T variant. I have already reviewed the A variant of the Datsun Redigo facelift. You can find the link of that video in the description box below. So in this video, I am going to show you only the differences and the new features on this T variant comparing to the A variant and the price difference. So first of all, talking about the looks, from the front, the Datsun Redigo T variant looks exactly similar to the A variant. You get the very same large octagonal grille with the chrome brackets, and you also get the very same L-shaped chrome detailing on the front bumper. The headlamps also remain exactly the same, while LED fog lamps will be available only on the top spec T optional variant. Moving on towards the sides, you get to see the very same 14-inch steel wheels. However, on this T variant, you get full wheel covers, which are actually pretty nice to look at, and also get a dual texture finish. So here's a quick look at the side profile of the T variant of the Datsun Redigo facelift. The larger wheels along with the full wheel covers complete the overall look of the side profile of the new Datsun Redigo. Additionally, the T variant also gets body color door handles. However, you get the same blacked out ORVMs along with the Datsun badging on the front fenders. Moving on towards the rear, you will be hard pressed to identify whether this is a T variant or the A variant, because there is actually no difference whatsoever, and the car looks exactly same as the A variant from the rear. A dual-tone rear bumper and LED detailing in the tail lamps are expected to be provided only on the top spec T optional variant. So that was all about the external differences. Now let's get inside to check out the new features. Yes folks, I'm right now inside the new facelifted 2020 BS6 compliant Datsun Redigo T variant, and this is how the dashboard looks like. The steering wheel remains exactly the same across all variants. However, on this T variant you get this sort of metallic finish on the lower part of the steering wheel. And coming to the center console, the biggest highlight is that on this variant you get a 2-DIN audio system with Bluetooth connectivity as well, so that is nice. I am not sure about the audio quality. To check out the audio quality, let me just slot in the key. So talking about the key, this here is the key for the T variant. The A variant lacked any sort of remote locking or central locking, but this variant has remote central locking, so that is nice. It is a nice quality key and quite similar to that seen on the Renault Kwid and even the Datsun Go. So let me just slot it inside. This is how the dashboard looks like when everything is turned on. I know the display is quite rudimentary. It's a bit old, but it's decent. It provides you all the features including Bluetooth connectivity. However, one flaw I immediately noticed is that this is not the volume control rotary knob. Instead, the volume controls are placed over here and they are actual buttons. This is for the tuning of the FM. That is kind of odd, but it's still fine. It works okay. Let me just try turning on the volume. So actually, when it comes to the audio quality, this is just a decent system. You get only 2 speakers, which are just decent in terms of audio quality. It could have been better, but it's still fine for the price and budget this car is available at. So that's all about the audio system. You get a USB port over here, and on the left side you get an aux port. That is all. You do not get a CD player, however. It is okay. Of course, nobody uses CD nowadays, so it is fine. And coming to the instrument cluster, this is exactly the same instrument cluster available across all variants of the Datsun Redigo. You get this small blue MID over here lower down, and the control knob is over here, so that you can change various display functions such as trip meter A, trip meter B, odometer, and so on. The tachometer is actually displayed in a digital format in terms of a graph, so that is fine. So that's all about the instrument cluster. Coming to the center console, of course, you get certain subtle differences when you compare with the A variant. You get this sort of silver kind of finish on the dashboard instead of the white you may have seen on the A variant. I personally would prefer the white because that adds to the brightness of the cabin, but this one kind of blends in with the black of the cabin. So it is of course subjective. So coming to the center console again, you get the very same silver finish lower down in this part. So I think it kind of looks nice and just adds to the brightness of the cabin. So you get the very same tray over here, a couple cup holders lower down over here, and the very same 5-speed manual transmission with a dogleg reverse gear. So that is nice, and the handbrake lever is also exactly the same. Now this being the T variant, you get a central locking button over here. It's kind of positioned awkwardly out of your sight, so that you have to reach it, you have to look down in order to operate it. So that is okay, fine. This here is the 12-volt charging socket, which is just standard, and the glove box is also of a very standard size. So that is all about the dashboard. You get of course the non-adjustable IRVM, this being a T variant, and you get just one interior cabin light, which is also a yellow bulb. Coming to the doors, however, the nice surprise is that you get nice soft fabric padding on the door pads, which is actually pretty nice. It kind of reminds me of the fabric padding available on the Quid and even certain Tata cars. So it is actually nice and soft. The door handles are now finished in sort of a faux metal plastic, which really adds to the ambience of the door. So that is nice. Coming to the driver door, let me just show you that again. The quality of the fabrics, as you can see, it is textured, it is nicely padded and sort of decently cushioned as well. However, I would have liked it even better if this fabric padding was provided on the armrest, but it's totally fine, it's nice. However, this being one variant above the A variant, you still do not get power windows. The front windows are still crank only. Power windows are available only from the T optional variant, and this here lower down is the headlamp leveler, which is kind of the same seen on the Renault Duster, the Renault Triber, and all other Renault Nissan cars. So that is all. Do let me know what do you think about the layout of this dashboard and what do you feel about this. I think it's nice, it's good enough for the budget. So let me just get to the rear seats to show you whether if there is any sort of difference. Yes folks, I'm right now in the back seat of the new Datsun Redigo facelift T variant, and this is how the dashboard looks like from the rear seat. So it is nice to look at. It is better than the A variant, but it still could have been a little bit better if it had provided power windows, at least for the front. So coming to the rear seats, of course these here are the very same rear seats found on the A variant. So it is decently comfortable. The space is also okay. I have pushed the front seat all the way back for my height, which is 5'10" for reference, and I have decent amount of legroom, if not abundant. However, I get a really good amount of footroom over here. I'm not able to stretch out. Of course, you cannot expect anyone to stretch out over here, especially for a person of my height, but it is still okay. The overall comfort, the space is decent. You can easily seat a couple people at the back here, but if you want to seat 3 people, it could be kind of a squeeze, but it's still okay, fine. You get non-adjustable headrests, which are quite similar to the A variant as well. The seat design also is exactly similar to the A variant. So let me just show you the texture over here. You get the star kind of pattern, the Mercedes triangle star kind of pattern on the seats, which is kind of nice, which is standard across all variants of the Datsun Redigo facelift. So that is nice, and you also get the metal finish door handles and in the rear as well. However, what you do not get for the rear seats are the door paddings. The fabric padding on the door pads, that is not available for the rear doors, which is kind of partial. I don't know why did Nissan do that, but it's still fine, it is okay, given the fact that this Nissan Redigo is not likely to be chauffeur driven by most people. So it is totally fine. So that's all about the rear seats. Talking about safety, you get 3-point seat belts for the outside passengers, and of course you also get pre-tensioner equipped seat belts for the front passengers, along with dual airbags on the top spec variant. This being the T variant, you still only get a driver airbag as standard. However, ABS with EBD is standard across all variants. So now let's check out the boot of this Datsun Redigo T variant to see what are the differences. So I'm going to open the boot right now, and here we go. Of course, the Datsun Redigo provides you 222 liters of overall boot space, which is really decent. However, it's still a bit less when you compare with the Renault Kwid, but it's good because this is a tall car. Now opening the boot floor, you get to see nice 14-inch full-size steel spare wheel, which is really nice to see in this kind of category. And of course, you get the very same Apollo AMAZER brand tire for the spare wheel as well. Just like on the A variant, you can fold the rear seats completely flat using these tags on the shoulders to accommodate larger items, and this being a tall car, you can load it up to the maximum limit. So that was all about the boot space of the new Datsun Redigo T variant. Let's talk about the pricing. So that was a detailed walk-around review of the new Datsun Redigo facelift T variant. This variant seems like the overall better value for money deal when you compare with the lower A variant and even the top spec T optional variant. For an additional price of just Rs 30,000, you get a significant amount of equipment upgrades, including an audio system, remote central locking, full wheel covers, and certain cosmetic upgrades on the inside. All you have to do if you buy this car is get power windows fitted as an aftermarket option. However, if you want a touchscreen system along with the additional safety of a passenger airbag, along with the option of a larger 1-liter engine, you could have a look at the top spec T optional variant. So do let me know in the comment section below what do you think about this new Datsun Redigo facelift T variant. Meanwhile, this is VIPRAAJESH signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.